Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Islam Chose Me right here on the Islamic Broadcast Network, IBN Channel 8. You can also find us on Facebook and on tegotv.com. And as you all have realized, there's a rerun of Islam Chose Me every Saturday at 6 p.m. right here on IBN Channel 8. I am your host, Brother M.T. Solwazi, the activist educator. And each week, we will share the powerful journeys of brothers and sisters who have embraced Islam. Their stories of discovery, struggle, and transformation remind us of the truth that Allah guides whom He wills in ways that inspire and motivate us all. We are at the end of October, and October is Calypso History Month. And what better way to close off this month than with our guest, our special guest, Brother Hamidullah Wahid. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Islam Chose Me.
Walaikum salam, my brother, and thank you very much for having me.
Yes, and you always see us smiling. I can't say I have known Hamidullah. I have to say, Hamidullah has known me before I was born.
Right?
How you know me before I was born, Hamidullah?
Well, you take it that I would say we is family because somehow there's always a relationship between your family, your grandparents, your mother, and my family. We always had a relationship. So that actually when he was in the incubator, I would have known you.
When I was in the oven?
Yes, in the oven.
Yes, Hamidullah. And it's really it's an honor for me to have the privilege to sit here and have a conversation with you about your life, you know? Because as I say, you have known me all my life, and I've known you all my waking life, all my, you know, as early as I have known myself, I've known you. And before we get into you, I want to share with you, I think you already know that, I had the opportunity to also interview Oba.
Okay.
On a radio program some months ago. It was really an honor to sit with you all again, right, in a different dispensation. So, Hamidullah, tell the viewers who don't know who is Hamidullah, because I'm beginning up and talking about Calypso History Month, you know, we have this man here. Who is Hamidullah Wahid?
Well, before I answer, let me first start by paying homage to you and thanking you very much for the opportunity to be here to share with you. Because nothing pleases me better than to see a youngster like yourself who has grown and developed and making a very constructive contribution. I want to commend you for that, really.
Thank you.
Every time I see you, I feel a measure of pride and know that your effort wasn't in vain.
Yeah,
so thanks for having
all the effort wasn't in vain. I am a child of yours.
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, but Hamidullah is Hamidullah Wahid, born 29 Belgrade Street. I pride myself as being a community person like your good self. Very much in with the art and the culture. Yeah, and as I can say, I'm very happy, if only because of I could look at you over the period and see how you have developed. That pleased me more than ever, because what we're facing with right now, a lot of distraction on the parts of the youths and them. So whenever we find one that is doing what you're doing, I'm happy to be part of that encouragement, honestly.
All right. But you mentioned Belgrade Street.
Yeah.
Right. For those who don't know, that is, you're going across Duke Street.
Yeah.
And instead of go up the hill, like you went up to Lavant Hill.
No, you don't go to Lavant Hill. You just come the hill, and then you're making the left on the first corner up Duke Street. Yeah.
Right. So you come across Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you come across Duke Street there, where you're watching the river.
Right.
That road going up that Duke Street, you know. Going up to the quarry, that Duke Street. Yeah. The street going across at Piccadilly.
But nobody really said Duke Street is the longest street in Port
It comes up and they go up. And before you go up the hill, you're making a left. When you
because
when you make a left now, you're onto Belgrade Street.
It's two, Belgrade, then Quarry Street.
Corey should just lower down the road.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Take it.
But when you come from by the river there,
Right.
the first corner
On the left.
on your left,
Belgrade.
that's Belgrade Street.
So
that piece going up there, that's Duke Street.
Right, yeah.
And that Duke Street runs straight down to Ryson.
Ryson Road, yeah. It says you're
yeah,
the longest
yeah,
street, I think,
yeah.
here in Port of Spain. So that is where you originally came from.
Oh, yes, 39 Belgrade Street, yeah.
Tell us about growing up in Belgrade Street, because that's the heart of it.
Well, growing up in Belgrade Street, I was privileged enough, I could say, was to see the rivalry between the steel bands and that kind of thing. And also, I see Barrack Yard, question, and what you call Palais. You know, the Shango Palais and all the kind.
Right. Yeah,
so very
okay.
much involved in seeing how the Africans' expressions. I get a first-hand indication of that, how we used to live and how we used to be, what we believe in and that kind of thing. Yeah. Had a lot of what you call African people there. And when I say African people, who would have been immediately coming out of the harsh period of what you call the slave situation, and a lot of people there still we could identify with and how they live and that kind of thing. So I was able to see some of that and experience some of that.
We got a little lower down in Bath Street.
Bath Street,
Would have
right.
been where Yunus Muhammad Bath
Right.
and his community.
Right.
But Belgrade Street, just like above
That's
Bath Street, then?
Yeah, Belgrade Street will be above there,
Yeah.
But all this would have been barracks.
All that was barracks.
Yeah, all down there was in barracks, yeah.
Because, you know, now, I remember, like in Roslyn Street in Belmont, the top, by the big, what is that, breadfruit tree, but it was a huge tree there. I think that was a barrack here too.
Yeah.
Wrong there. And I know on Duke Street, lower down Duke Street, has some barrack yards.
Right.
And even wrong with what this bakery was.
Yeah, because you see what happened, a lot of
Charlotte.
the Africans and things find themselves in their area there during the period, you know. That we have Freetown in Belmont again.
Yeah, Belmont was called Freetown.
Yeah, you know, because the African experience was very much concentrated there. Yeah.
So you grew up in that cultural
yes.
melting
pot.
Yeah, melting
pot.
pot.
Yeah, it is. Because we say Shango, we say Orisha, we say Baptist, we say, we just call it, and everybody would be in that space there. Yeah.
Tell me, I'd be really fascinated about that era. You know, sometimes, you know, I know it's best that I say, oh gosh, I'm born in the wrong time, you know?
Yeah.
Because when I hear these stories, it seems to be like the best of that period. You know, that mid-60s into that mid-70s, right? So, for somebody who born 72, right, my generation, why would we consider your generation, that period, the best? What made that the best?
Well, it's the best if only because there was more, for starters, there was more reverence with respect to the elders in the society, and that they were able to look at them and mirror how they operate, how they live, and take values on what they were doing. Like, for instance, a teacher in that period, even a policeman for that matter, would be somebody who you held in high esteem and have reverence. Today, I don't think that longer happens in that kind of way. So from that aspect, I am saying that we was in the best period because there was more respect for, well, women, children, the adults, everybody. To me, it was more respectful in that period. And I guess that's because of how the elders and them would have had that. They could have made hand with you then.
Okay.
I'm not too sure that we could make hand with the youngsters.
Oh, God.
Right.
Boy. And is ironic that you call two professions, teachers and police officers.
I remember that clearly, that they used to work. When somebody is a teacher, there's a level of reverence that comes with it. And even how so or misconduct themselves too. The way they dress, the way they talk to you. And as a matter of fact, teachers in that period to me was more concerned. I'm not trying to visit teachers down now, but they were more concerned about you ensuring that you learn.
Well, probably because they knew everyone, because like Methodist.
Yeah.
My mother went to that school. Uncle Cedric went to that school.
Yeah.
So when I went there, I meet Miss Holder, who taught my mother, who taught uncle.
But not only that, they had a different, to me, a different attitude, and that they ensure that you learn. They just don't go to the school just so. And to the extent that if you're not, well, you're not looking proper, you're not dressed properly, or didn't have food, or didn't have a meal, there was actually that kind of extension that coming from them that ensured that you stay on the proper path. The policeman on the other hand now, would be somebody who you could have run to at any time and know that once you see the police, you're safe.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, somebody attack you, only board police, you run and leave you.
Yeah. Okay. Now they waited to say, oh, they're too wicked. They waited to cuss the police, to fight the police. They fighting miss and say in school and all. It's interesting.
So that period, I'm saying that the discipline and thing was make me happy to know that I was part of that period there. You know, I feel happy to know. I think I'm born in the best time.
No, listen, I just always, when I hear these stories, say that was the best because you all had like a philosophy, you know, because it was as though you all were competing to be the brightest.
Oh yes,
right?
Oh yes.
Around that time was the whole era of the Pan-African movement.
Yeah.
You had that whole era in Malcolm X coming in.
Right.
That's 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you see, that was coming out of the slave period, and the question of liberation was very much on, well, at my age and on our minds to be free and to be better than our parents also. I think one of the things that we set out to do is try to be better after we look at the hardship and the pressures that our parents was under to make something of us then, or to provide for us. A lot of us tell ourselves we had to do better than that. And as a matter of fact, to be able to repay them so that you try to develop them in such a way that you become educated enough to get probably a good job, make some better yourself, so you can help mama and daddy and even provide them as they get older with better accommodation. I think that was one of the things that used to guide a lot of us.
All right, so your early foundation would have started on Belgrade Street, around that whole backyard environment, seeing the whole evolution of the steel band, the clashes,
Tambu Bamboo,
Tambu Bamboo, the steel band clashes, experiencing, well, around that time would have had all these because people feel gang new.
No, gang ain't new.
Apple-jackers, you know, Maribonta, lawbreakers, you experience all of those elements growing up.
Yeah. The difference with the gangs at that time, they were more protective of the environment. You in an area there, nobody from outside can come and interfere with you. What we call Bajans now, Bajans had a level, to my mind, as I seen them, they had a more regards for the elders and the women, and you know, it was a different kind of situation here. What we're experiencing now is that what we have now in terms of people who like, the criminality is to the extent that they have no respect and no regards for nobody. The Bajans before now would have take care of the elders, you know, they protect the women. You can't come from outside and want a friend with my sister, and so just so you have to get passport through.
I heard some of that.
Yeah.
My father came from Picton.
You see?
And I hear stories that for him to come up on Leon Hill.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole...
Yeah, you had a pressure ritual.
A whole pressure.
Yeah.
Just to reach out by my mother.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, so then then I born 72, right? So I would have known you on Leon Hill.
Yeah.
So when did you come across Leon Hill from Belgrade Street?
About what, 68, 69, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Come across the Leon Hill. You see, because what happening too is that it's moving from place to place too, because you live here for a little while and then the family going down. So that kind of thing then, so we was moving about the place, but we ended up in Leon Hill about 68, 69.
They will settle for a while because I knew from since, well, you know me from an oven, since I was a little child,
settled for a little
up to
while.
secondary school.
As a matter of fact, some people are from Belmont, and I
know.
And I don't argue with that, because if you examine how the thing really go, Belmont is Gonzales, you know.
Yes.
Gonzales is Belmont, and I think when you go down,
to hear that, some people do
but that's the truth.
It's a fact.
When you go down to Belgium, I think it's still in Belmont.
Yes.
So that just making the demarcation for we to understand better. But in my head, in my mind, I'm from Belmont.
Because all they would have been considered Freetown.
Oh, that's right.
All the Bad Street, all they would have been considered Freetown.
That's right.
That was the Freetown. The Africans to go and settle.
Right.
The families and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah, all that was Freetown.
So you're right. You're very correct in saying that. Yeah.
All right. So Hamidullah, because you know, it's nice to talk about all that era, right? Now, back then we mentioned that whole Pan-African movement, that awareness of consciousness, because that was very prevalent, you know, in that period, right? And how would that era have shaped your awareness of Islam? Because, and why I'm asking that, like on Leon Hill, I born and grew up on Leon Hill,
Right.
and I know Leon Hill had Rasta, real Rasta, right? I know, well, boy, Leon Hill was kind of multicultural.
Yeah, multicultural.
Ooh,
Multi-religious, multicultural.
Because
yeah.
we had Rasta,
Yeah.
it had Muslim,
Yeah.
African Muslim,
Yes.
Indian Muslim, around them.
Right, yes.
It had Hindu.
Yeah.
Because I remember as a child, no holiday missing, you know.
Yeah, it had Shango.
It had Shango, nobody big yard. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what religion Mr. Calendar was, but I know every Christmas morning, we line up by Mr. Calendar for toys. Right? Then it had, well, I would call them white people on Leon Hill. I'm like, down by the Hackshaws.
Yeah.
Higher up.
It was a as I said, a melting pot.
Leon Hill was interesting,
but it was very communal too, in that everybody was it's intermingled and everybody knew everybody. And the seniors at that time more just look out for the youths and them to ensure that they take a proper part and that kind of thing. And that was very glaring. That was a deliberate attempt. I remember clearly looking out for the youths and them, trying to fashion them.
Leon Hill or the whole area?
Well, from where I know, from that whole area was like that. I tell you, the problem with that start is if you, as a stranger, come inside a day and you didn't earn your right to be inside, you could get some trouble.
Right.
But other than that, to me, the whole question, as a matter of fact, the exchange between neighbors and them, talking about the barrack situation, you know, with the little partition separating one another, and the communal living was so strong that you could afford to call a neighbor any hour and get some salt or some sugar, or to borrow wherever it is, to make a pot for. And when my mother cooked, clearly you getting food.
Well, I remember
all that exchange.
Because after even from on Leon Hill, from Leon Hill, remember we had moved down to Barton Lane, right? And even on Leon Hill, when my mother had to go to work or go out, the amount of people I know used to see about me.
That's right.
You know, Jackie, this used to see
That's
about
right,
me.
right,
Susie,
right,
so much people used to be. And sometimes
it would have also been neighbor try for me.
I'm not going to say, I remember hearing my mother saying, I go down to your try for me.
Yeah, that's how the communal living used to be. That's how everybody's everybody. Yeah.
So tell us about how did that shape your reversion to Islam? Because when I look back at that time, as I said, Rasta, there was a lot of consciousness.
Yeah.
And some men who were Rasta end up full circle becoming Muslim. Right? So tell us about that era and how did that influence, or what was that inspiration for Hamidullah now, you know, to revert to Islam within that?
Or return to Islam.
Return to Islam.
Yeah, because I think 1970 would be a very much a turning point in my life, in that particularly with the NJAC people coming on the scene. And as I mentioned before, that among the seniors at that time, there was that deliberate attempt to assist the youngsters to make sure that they go better than me, who is senior. So NJAC would have been a strong influence in that regard. So the education would have been to the forefront too. So you find that reading, which I want to recommend to every youth who probably listening here in this interview right now, that reading must be an integral part of the development. You understand? You have to read in everything. And so that knowledge is important. What happens is that the knowledge that we gather from the NJAC platforms and things is what guide me in a particular kind of way. And of course, extending my education to read of other people who have been successful, and that fashion me and take me right back. As a matter of fact, my name happens to be, my slave name would have been Clyde Wilkinson. But that's how Massa called me. That's how they call me. But in my reading now, and searching for myself, because all of us at some point in time go through that situation looking for yourself and thing, you know. So reading, I've discovered, wait now, my lineage come from the East Coast of Africa. That's the first I discovered. And then I gathered too that in reading further, my name couldn't be Clyde. Clyde is Scottish. Wilkinson is also Scottish, so where are you going with that? So when I read further, no, my name had to be Ujungu, Abdul, or Rahim. My name could have been anything like except. So what I have to know is when they hand me, and making the conscious effort now based on my education now to rename myself. So I take back my name. So I being Muslim now, I separate and apart from me being Hamidullah Wahid.
Wait, hey, Hamidullah, listen. I know because I'm old enough to remember, right?
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember because, I remember like when I was small, I used to run away from home to go up the hill and people and watch Oba and them drumming.
Yeah,
We used to have a whole drumming session in the back of the, well, my jockey and them, by the house song there.
Yeah.
So I would sneak outside and run up the hill and watch drumming until I feel granny miss me.
Yeah.
Then I run back down home.
Yeah.
But I also remember at that time, like almost everybody had two names.
Yeah.
Right? Now I may not have made sense of it. It's like Vin would have a next name. Right? So Dawood, everybody, Oba, everybody had like this African name. Plus they had this next name. Even like Jen Ashaki was Jen. So tell me, that is interesting. So the name came before that return to Islam.
No, well, in my case.
No, for you.
Mine, for me, that's how it came. I decided to rename myself.
Wow.
You understand? Based on my consciousness as a result of being a student of NJAG then, put it that way.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Because I would have read about Malcolm X, who would have been my Malcolm Little, and he changed his name from Malcolm Little to Malcolm X. He dropped in the X with respect to that is the slave master. That kind of thing then, right? So that kind of consciousness crept into my understanding. And then further going down the road now, I discover, well, I return to Islam in a more conscious way now with that understanding. So that being Hamidullah Wahid is not because I'm a Muslim. I want to make that important because a lot of people feel that to be a Muslim was a Muslim name. That's not necessarily so. No, I just want to make that point. You understand? In my case, and I could vouch on that too. You know, that's separate and apart. And being Islam now is a more conscious state of my sense of value now as a result of my reading and medication on what you should live. Because at the end of the day, religion don't save you, you know. You have to save yourself.
Well, I think you can save yourself and your family from the fire.
So that is all well and good to decorate yourself and claim La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, and all that kind of thing. But if your expression and the way you carry yourself is not of that, but you didn't do nothing. So that's the extent of my returning to Islam in a very conscious way, knowing that here I am.
Hamidullah, yes, because I remember telling you, everybody had that two names.
Yeah, well, in some cases, might be three, because in that environment, they had to have an alias too, no?
Oh, men and alias, So that they give him names, the government name.
Government name,
Then they reverse all the African name.
And then had the name with the British would call you.
It's true.
So it's that kind of thing, But it was an interesting time, and like I said, the emphasis would have been on learning because, we put it this way, I think Eric Williams had to get credit too because he came onto the scene with that question of education, and we looking up and finding that, say this, for the one of better expression, I say this African man, and he's so bright. And the whole situation would have been as if slavery people would have been done and stupid people. So if we have a fellow who have so bright and he too brilliant in the world, that would be a motivating factor on the part of a lot of us to try to get a better education. So as to step up. You understand?
You mentioned Hamidullah. I was 172. I like to talk about the past like if I was wrong. But I just picking up from what the elders saying and trying to piece sometimes to get in my own mind how things would have been now because I've always been fascinated with that period before the 70s. Right? That, well, I wouldn't go as far as 60, but like mid 60s come down. Now you mentioned something which I've heard many elders are calling you guys and you men and women elders of that time talk about books and reading.
Oh yes.
And I heard men, like if a man have a book here, right, and in the bamboo, this book going all over the place.
Oh yes.
Right, so a man have a book on Leon Hill, then that book end up in Belgrave Street, that book end up in Lavantil Picture, that book making the wrongs.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the street corners was schools or university themselves, and particularly the elders. The same books you're talking about, these books would have been introduced to us, and we'd have been allowed to read and get understanding them. It used to go around, because I remember, like, you had people like Walter Rodney, grounded with my brothers, how Europe underdeveloped Africa. You had Ivan van Septima, they came before Columbus. And all
I heard about that.
These other books, and
I heard about Wretched of the Earth.
Wretched of the Earth. All these books and would have been making the rounds
Autobiography of Malcolm X.
Amongst us as Black Skin, White Mass.
I heard about that book too.
That I grew up on that. You understand? So it fashions you in a certain kind of way that, like I was saying, you had no choice more than trying to, well, as I say now, to look at somebody like you come through and say, yes, I'm happy to see this brother, young as he is, doing what he's doing. Because I feel by extension as if I could take some level of credit among others.
Of course.
With respect to your development.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because I was a child.
So that's why I emphasize that reading. I say that because I leave school in Fort Standard, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have been able to develop myself to the extent where I went on to be a swimming instructor in Ministry of Sports. I retired now as one of the top instructors. So I am saying that the whole question of books, knowledge, even when I came here a little while ago, you see, I went back from my papers. Reading is an integral part of me. I can't help it. I had to find something to read to educate this thing you call your brain. Yes, because if you don't do that, somebody will go with it for you, you know.
Yeah, of course.
You see?
Well, viewers, I would like to just surpass the break and continue, but we have to pay some bills, right? And I know you will agree with me that, hey, Mtima, don't take a break now, but oh God, we have to take a break, we have to pay some bills. We're coming back to continue this conversation with our dear brother Hamidullah Wahid. Right, so please stay locked. The most I'm allowing you to do, go to the fridge, get a glass of water and come back. You can't make no sandwich, right? So hurry up, come back, and you'll meet us right on IBN Channel 8 Islam Chose Me.
Chic Leisure Limited, making life easier. Our renowned great tasting vermicelli comes pre-cut in regular and parched, packaged to make preparation simple. Attention all doubles vendors and roti makers, try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited, Warrenville, Conopia. Chic Leisure Limited, quality you can trust.
Yes, viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Islam Chose Me. Because every path to Islam is a story worth telling. And boy, how to say, the Tory tick right now here with, with Hamidullah. So we were talking about the books, because I really want to zone in on that books. These books moving around. You mentioned that the blocks was that, you call it a university, a place of learning.
Yeah, them lampposts and them, we could have told the story. We sit there, we know the light, and constructive things that will be taking place, especially the elders and them, they will come across and they will share with us and encourage us, and by extension we will get books and we will read and share the books around. That is very much an integral part of my development.
And it's so sad, boy, that my experience of the block, well, you know it's totally different. It ain't no books. No. The books were replaced by guns. And unfortunately, you know, like this one gun will make a wrongs.
Oh yes.
The gun leave Leon Hill, end up in Barton Lane, end up in Bellon Valley Road, Serrana Road, Gonzales, Lavandale, Picton, come back. When it was books.
Books, definitely.
When it was books back then, making this full circle.
Well, what we're saying is that that period of education was highlighted by people like C.L.R. James and Samuel Selvon and Michael Anthony. The whole question, the emphasis on education, and take it more like into Calypso now with people like Bigana and Lion and these guys and them. Language was the essence of the day, so that you find that we had to be the kind of people we are, because we're trying to master the whole question of communication.
That's interesting. And I love that segue into Calypso, because you are Calypsonian.
Oh yes, without a doubt.
Yes,
Calypsonian by design.
You master that language.
Calypsonian by design.
What do you mean by design?
Well, it was almost is innate to be a Calypsonian.
Back then?
Yeah, because again, we come from the environment we are born out of, 29 Belgrade Street, and like question of Pale and Shango and the bamboo, tambo, bamboo and the steel band was very much part of the environment that would influence me, so that I couldn't have been the next modern Calypsonian.
Subhanallah, interesting, boy. So, as we in Calypso History Month, right, since 2013, I've been paying tribute to the monarchs.
Yes.
Right? So, you know, on the March Gras night, there are about 11 or 12 persons vying for this title of monarch. And I have written a story based on the placing of these Calypsonians. So, if you can pull up on the screen, I want to read this story that I wrote. Right? So, you see the results. You have Hill and Francis won in 2025, and the song was To Whom It May Be. And you go down to Kurt Allen Street and down to Twiggy. So, this is my tribute to the monarchs. Because this innate in me too, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, I born in Freetown, I grew up in Leon Hill. Claiming that.
Yes.
The March Gras 2025, Take Me Home, was what Senator, the Honorable Helon Francis, did when he penned a letter to whom it may be and mailed it to become the Calypso Monarch King for a second time. Kurt, the last Bajan of Calypso Allen, congratulated the two-time monarchy, citing its "Your turn now." Akaton, young brother Lewis, newcomer to the big stage and second place winner at the 2025 inaugural Ultimate Soca Champion, believed that it was also his turn now to rally the youth as we rise to greater heights. Karine, the Calypso Princess Ashe, missed out on placing in the top 3 this year, but was elated that the senator was a leader we can all be very proud of. The defending 2024 Calypso Monarch and 2025 Chutney Soca Monarch Marshall Montano failed to regain his title, but challenged everyone to a game show to bet me. For sure, I am taking the 2025 road march. Roderick Chuck Gordon told the 10-time road march winner in a jiggy tone that he should look to press with that old talk. We all know that Bunji Garlin will carry it across the stage. Dwayne Tazza O'Connor ignored all the banter and picong as he was more focused on taking Calypso to the world. When Terry Lyons was asked about her placing, she responded, "Why don't go and ask your man?" Samraj Ricky Jai Mongol stayed clear of any controversy, as he knew that the big stage was the place to be in 2025 to deliver his Calypso Chutney rendition. Anthony Squeezy Rankin LaFleur, the 2025 Young King winner, cried out for justice on placing 10th. Roslyn Reed Hayes told Squeezy Rankin that he should go and sing it in Calypso. Anne-Marie Twiggy Parks Kojo was not fazed by her placing, as she does not judge herself based on competitions. She said, "You should go and ask my son Lani. He will tell you that I am 65 and still relevant." Santi Maniti.
Well done, well done.
So it's a mutual.
Yeah, that's why.
So what do you think about this?
Good, very, very good. As a matter of fact, I was going, but they didn't call the Lord Almighty again, but I just said, "Come and sing."
Yeah. Yeah. So every year there's that's my thing.
Very good, very, very good.
As soon as the results read out,
Yeah.
I pick up a pen and a paper and I start. Well, now I type in. No, just sort of type out this tribute.
Very good.
Yes.
And it tells you that there's a dish where we say that every Trinidadian is a Calypsonian, and because it is within you, because look how you express that, they're beautiful. Well,
Yeah. And because our culture is at this old parallel bacchanal, so I say Marshall say, "Bet Bena." I'm telling you, and say,
good job,
"Go and ask your man." And him Twiggy, but she said, "Go and ask Lani," because she beat Lani.
You must try composing, man, and we could write 2 songs, man. That is
out of this?
Yeah. Because all of we are music and we and thing, you know. The rhythm.
Hello, die for you. I think poor the Calypso. So tell us about your Calypso journey.
Well, my Calypso journey actually was like it officially started around 1984, 82, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And I can't complain. Calypso has been very, very nice to me. Very, very. I can't complain at all. I never win no crown and thing, but I think I win the hearts of other people.
Everybody, brother Hamidullah.
Throughout the Caribbean, throughout North America, I've been to travel and perform and that kind of, and get very much nice commendation and being encouraged all the time. I have a few CDs, few records outside the video and that kind of thing. So all in all, it has been a wonderful experience. If I had to do it over again, certainly. I want to be nothing else more than be a Calypsonian. I know, I'm saying this to say.
You want to come back a bedbug?
Well, I'm bedbug Calypsonian. I say this to say because there is an argument now with respect to soca and Calypso.
Oh, God.
And we put it on the table that soca is Calypso.
It is.
Whether you like it, yes or no. You understand? What has happened is that, like everything else too, this society we live in is very divisive, you know. Our society trying to be very divisive, you know. Remember that time that Rasta, it have ballad, it have tongue man and countryman.
Yeah.
That's how we carry separate. So it's very divisive. So that
interesting, man.
Yeah, so we divide the music also, right? But the Calypso in itself, why I say that, is that when you understand what Calypso stands for, clearly it's chalk and cheese to be anything other than a Calypsonian to me. Yeah. Because a Calypsonian is one who, well, out of the expression of liberation, the question of freedom, and trying to find yourself, and also is the only art form where you could say what you want to say, how you want to say it. Look, you just do that just now. So all that and more does make me feel that, hey, I want to be nothing else more than a Calypsonian. Calypso is a special space that you have in terms of the art.
I remember when I was small, Granny used to tell me the Calypsonian was like the newspaper. For the poor man's newspaper.
That was dead, but he's no longer that. I ain't going there now.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that that whole question of that uniqueness to take, but I would say nothing, and fashion it into something. That's how I said to see it. I think it's a beautiful skill, a divine gift.
I remember she saying, don't make a calypso and see her for long in tongue.
Oh yes.
They sing about you.
Oh yes.
You know?
Oh yes.
So that is how she would equate the skill.
The skill,
and not just the skill, but the respect.
Yeah.
That's what you talk about earlier, that the respect and reverence we had for the police and teachers.
Yeah.
Two major professions back then. Was the same thing for the Calypsonian?
Well, yes, because the Calypsonian then would have been a fellow who pride itself, and this is not to take anything away from what we have now, because things has evolved. But a Calypsonian before would have been somebody who would have been expressing themselves through the music, through the heartbeat, how they see things. We have a situation where now where like people could come and probably buy a song or rent a song, and then they end up being the monarch. I'm not quarreling with that at all. What I'm saying is, our culture is uniquely different.
So, all right, so not earlier, like mid, 2 weeks ago or something, so we have read the budget. Right? We heard the budget read. Back then, a Calypso would have come out like the end, the week after or something.
Not the week after, the evening.
The evening.
No, from the time he done the speech.
A Calypso come out.
Yeah, but that is lost now, if only because of, well, the social media take care of that, because I am almost sure I could call some Calypso somewhere who don't do a song or 2 songs on the budget already.
Yeah, because I remember.
No, but you wouldn't see that because the social media now takes the space of that. In other words, sometimes you did a story in the papers, like probably this morning, and I did read that story since last week on social media. They now get it here on the.
You're correct, because listen, when the budget was being read, I was listening to it on television. But then I don't know how something was leaking. And this particular person was, like they had the source. And they were just posting. Even before the minister filed. And I saying, but now he now talk about this. How them post
that's right.
So
that it robs the Calypso of that strength that he would have had in that period there, where he would have been the person
to bring it out.
He no longer have that
to give it like a post budget update.
He no longer have that. As the fellow let go that, somebody press a button and it don't do it already, and it becomes it. As a matter of fact, the media is now been fighting a war among themselves who to let it go first. That's why sometimes they have been liable and all kinds of things.
Because, by telling you, it was so, to me, disturbing that I say, best I don't listen, best I read what this person posting, because I don't Mr. Speaker, I said, well, how them get that, boy? Almost, well, not almost, it is what the man was reading. They were posting before he read it.
So that's the point.
Live.
They take the role of the Calypsonian out. In that space, he no longer have that luxury.
But how beneficial is that to us now? Because you're talking about the youth, your time you're all reading, right? You're talking about the purpose of the block long time to edify, to educate, right? Because all these experiences, the barricade, right? Living in Belgrave Street, then to Leon Hill, all these experiences would have led to who Hamidullah Wahid is today.
It would have informed
a Muslim, a Calypsonian.
It would have molded you, it would have been informative enough to
how are we being molded now? You see now the social media take the place of the Calypsonian?
Social media take the space of that right now. So what you have now is that you would appreciate it then. When you hear a doctor, it's a rare kind of human being you're talking about, very...
and a philosophical, not a medical doctor, a doctor in academics.
In any way.
Oh, in any way, okay.
But what I say now, you have avalanche of doctors. Almost everybody's a doctor now. Doctor get watered down now. Anybody doctor now. So what happening then now is that you have a lot of people who they certify, but they ain't qualify.
Oh God. No, you're correct. No, you're correct. You're correct.
Because a certification doesn't necessarily dictate how intelligent you are.
Yes.
We shading now to pass the exam, you know, it have multi question,
Multiple choice.
So I can make a guess through a whole paper and pass my exam.
Well, they say, if you're not sure of the answer,
Yeah.
go to C.
Yeah, right.
Choose C.
Yeah, you know, sir. But I passed the exam, but at the end of the day, not no value in taking place up here.
Oh, God. So, Hamidullah, what next for Hamidullah Wahid?
Well, what next is to keeping on, trying to be of value all the time to the society, which I find myself, and to make a constructive contribution all the time. And to, well, with people like you, give me the encouragement to know that you could even do more still, because when you look at how this brother has developed, and then clearly you had to be doing something good. You know what I mean? That really, I don't watch it pride, honestly.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, honestly feel that way. And so I was happy when you invite me to come on this, to just share with you.
I say I can't close off October Calypso History Month and then call the legend.
Yeah, well, you see?
Let me tell you about me, Hamidullah. I just pay homage and respect to my elders. I do play that.
Yeah. You see, we know that, you know, that's where we come from, you know, and I said from before, only the period. That is an integral part of us.
No, but I was surprised when you said it was deliberate.
Deliberate.
I would have never thought how you all lived back then was deliberate to create a certain environment that you all wanted.
That's right, yeah. Small man, the little man, whatever you call it. And make sure small man go to school. Though. Small man, you no money, come and get this. Making sure. And I talking about people who you might have been dismissive and calling Bajan and rogue and all kind of thing. And if I just looking out and making sure that you come like them. You know what I'm saying? They making sure you come out like them. Yeah.
That is interesting.
So,
that is interesting.
Yeah.
So, I can have you here on IBN in Calypso History Month. A Calypsonian. Legendary. And then self-do a verse. Or a verse and chorus. Something, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm taking that.
Where you want to bless up the screen with? I put you on a spot because I didn't know what to talk to you about that before.
Spot. When it's on I put my spot. You just let me know. I could go here.
I like that.
I ain't care about your belief or pigmentation. What matters is your attitude to this nation. People of TNT, this land belongs to we. Come on, treat Begonians, time for dedication. This blessed nation we live in needs rebuilding. Come on and draw on all your resource. Let's put this motherland back on course. Here why? For we are all in this thing together. Come, let's be workers, building a brighter future. Out of the wilderness and depression, we forging a new direction. Blood, sweat, tears, and vision, we go build a better nation.
Hello, next thing they call and say, we want you to, we want you to lead a campaign with this song, you know. Hey, timely, you know, boy.
Yeah.
Timely.
And that song written more than about almost 25 years ago.
And again, the Calypsonian, not just the papers to the poor man, but the voice of the people.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the voice of the people too.
Yeah,
because you said written how long ago?
Yeah, about 25 years.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
And if we listen, not trying to be political here, people, right? We are apolitical.
Yeah.
But if you listen back about 2 weeks ago for the budget, that is what it was about.
Yeah.
Forging a better nation going forward.
Right.
And you saying that song is 25 years old.
Yeah.
Oh God, are we still forging, boy?
Yeah, the voice of the people is that they can't take that from us. But in terms of being the poor man newspaper, they has taken that away from us.
Yeah, boy, you're
making
sense of this social media thing, man.
Yeah, being that voice, you can't.
I didn't look at it that way, no.
Yeah, it has done that, yeah.
Because as I saying, the budget would have read, the 13th, the Monday, the 13th.
Yeah, well,
and then the next day, 2-3 Calypsos.
Why tell you the evening?
The evening. The evening, you're getting tuned.
Let me give you this one before we go.
You're getting tuned.
It was so chronic amongst us as Calypso and that there's something called coasting. I make me some of that coasting from my partner, come and sing for you. Ba, 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 ba. I hear that. And some fellas get so thing with it now that they have a tape recorder in their head. That they stop coasting now. Because when I coast for you now, time I reach on the road, the man take it and record it. You understand what I say there?
Yeah.
Like
so men stop coasting?
Yes, men stop coasting for men now, or choosing carefully who to talk to.
Yeah,
so that
boy.
Time the budget man, like what you budget day, I am sure that the genuine Calypsonian
then have thing already. Yeah, it's true. I remember it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's our songs
for
the budget.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah. Calypso's for budget, for the budget.
Open your phone line now, I call you, we have somebody go sing a verse with it, right? You know, that's usually, but that lost now because social media has taken that away from us. Sometimes I read another story in the papers there, I read this story on the papers here, and I read it 3 or 4 days before on the social media.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
And as I said, everybody wants to be the first to bust it now.
That's right.
Everybody wants to bust it first, boy.
That's right, yeah.
But Hamidullah,
yeah, man.
I enjoyed it.
Well,
you know, I had to talk to Hasib to find out if on Islam Choose Me you could have part 1, part 2. You know?
Well, I enjoyed this too. I'm glad to come and share with you a little bit of what I hope I was able to enhance your program. I really thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, I want to say that.
Yeah, and it is really a pleasure.
So to the whole IBM family, thank you very much for having me. I mean,
yeah. It was truly an experience. And you know what really stood out for me was the fact that you said it was a deliberate.
Yeah, it is. It was.
Because I wonder now if what's happening now is deliberate too.
No, well,
in the reverse and the negative now, because
it's an influence now, because you see, as I tell you, the attractions now. Imagine you have things like Rambo and this bow and that bow, and people seeing killing and things as if it becomes so normal, they become numb. So it's the influence now that you're getting the spin-off on the now, a different kind of influence now. So that killing and murder and things come like that. It's normal.
Yeah. It's a little too much too. Alhamdulillah. What a moving and insightful conversation, I must say. And I'm sure you, my viewers, will agree. We want to thank Brother Hamidullah Wahid for sharing his story with us today. Real story shared today.
Thank you for the opportunity, brother.
Yeah, may Allah continue to strengthen our faith and guide us on this straight path. If you have been touched by what you have heard, remember that guidance is a mercy from Allah. Seek knowledge, ask questions, and reflect on the beauty of Islam. If you want to share your story, contact me at 479-4510. And if you want to sponsor Islam Choose Me or any other program here on IBN, contact Brother Hasib Majid at 795-5900. Again, I tell you all, trust me, people rushing to sponsor programs, right? I take any sponsorship. You understand? Call IBN, say, you're going on, we want to sponsor Islam Choose Me. Call Brother Hasib, 795-5900. Remember, a rerun of this show will be shown next Saturday at 6 p.m. inshallah. So join me again next Sunday at 9 a.m. for another episode of Islam Chose Me, because every path to Islam is a story worth sharing. Until then, I'm your host, Brother M.T. Masalwazi, the artivist educator. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.